Well, let me embarrass myself, okay? Can I?
Okay.
All right. First there was Ringo,
Yeah.
and then there was you. When you came out, all the Beatle records went away.
I'll take second place.
It was all over. The Rascals were the first band I ever saw live at the Island Garden Arena. You guys opened for the Byrds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were talking 65,
Yeah.
maybe 66.
I was like 15 years old. Yeah, 65. I was 15 years old.
I remember when we played, what was that club on Long Island together? I don't know the band you were in at the time. It was, we were fresh out of Jersey, the Rascals were. And, oh, Jesus. Zeros, was it?
Zeros, yeah.
Zero. Remember that place? Yeah, yeah.
That was in
Yeah,
Long
I was
Beach.
impressed by you then.
That was in Long Beach somewhere.
Yeah, so Long Beach, Long Island. Yeah, yeah.
Wasn't it?
Anyway, I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
No, I became a Rascal groupie. I used to actually, when I was 15, I used to roll my pants up to make knickers and put the socks all the way up to here.
Yeah.
And I met you once before. The first time I ever met you was at MacArthur High School. And I have to tell you now that it totally changed my life. And I talk about this in my clinics because when I spoke to you, it was so easy to talk to you. And you answered so many questions that I needed to know at 15, 16 years old. And it made me think, maybe I can do this because
Wow.
you and the other guys
on a
and
good day,
the guys in the band were really nice.
Yeah.
You realize that you showed me, I asked you, how do you twirl your stick? And you went like this.
No,
And you showed me how to do it right there.
This is wild coming from you.
Oh, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. The Vagrants had forgot their bass guitar. And I was in a band at the time. That was a little band we played in the basement of my parents' house. And I said, oh, I have one at my house. Philly Basile come up to us and says, hey, any of you kids got any guitars? Bass guitar. So he got us a limo to drive us back to my parents' house. And he said, you'll meet the Vagrants if you come back. So we're up there meeting the Vagrants, and I turn around, and in a room across the hall, you guys are in there. And I gasped. And he said to me, you want to meet those guys? And I went, yeah. And he took me in the room, and it was unbelievable. And that night, because a girl that I really liked was in the audience, I asked Felix if he would dedicate Mustang Sally to me. And he did.
Coolness.
Yeah. It was really, it just changed my life totally. Like, these guys are really cool. And, you take the attitude that when you meet somebody, that attitude that they give you, when you had a burgundy set of Ludwig, I got a burgundy set of Ludwig.
Really? Yeah.
I had, everybody, when Ringo came out, everybody bought that pearl black set. But when you came out, everybody bought a 24-inch bass drum.
Yeah.
Everybody. And it was either silver or champagne sparkle.
Yeah.
Right?
I picked that up from Krupa. Yeah, he had a 24.
I was going to ask you that. That from the big band stuff.
Yeah. Well, I worked at the Metropole.
Yeah.
He had that big 24, and I just, fell in love with it, Plus, it sounded so, extra deep and big, and, so I just, brought that in, and everybody jumped all over it.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. I had the Throne, because you had the Throne.
Yeah, yeah.
If you notice, if you see old videos of Billy Joel, you'll notice that my cymbals are flat.
Yeah, you play them flat.
Like this.
Yeah.
You played them flat.
A la Dino, a la Sonny Payne. I got that from Sonny.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that, Liv. I didn't know that
forget about it.
That you followed it that close.
Oh, yeah. I never took lessons, so you were one of my teachers.
When I became really aware of you, you had already, you've been developed and you had your own totally own style and everything,
Right. When we started recording, that's when all the toms, everybody started to use the 4 toms across the front and stuff like that. But in the beginning,
you had a pocket that was so deep. I just love to listen to the way your grooves were, on Billy's stuff. Unbelievable.
Uptown Girl, When in Rome, song called Half a Mile Away. That's me being Dino Danelli.
Well, no, if I had to say what was your favorite beat or drum design that you came up with for one of Billy's records, what would it be?
Well, everybody says that it's probably Just the Way You Are because it's so simple and it just.
But is that yours?
Yeah.
You would go with that, yeah.
Me and Phil Ramone.
I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come. bar. I took the good times, I'll take the bad times. I take you just the way you are.
There's a song called "Get It Right the First Time." That's got a good groove. But I think "The Stranger" has a nice feel on it.
Very nice.
You know.
Yeah.
How about yourself? What about Dino Danelli?
I go back into the obscurities. Like it's a song that nobody knows called "Hold On." Just a real Rascal aficionados would know that song, and it was a B-side of a I forget what record, and it never really came out by itself or anything like that. It was just buried on an album, but the groove that the drum design I came up with is just one of my favorites, like a tom-tom, complicated thing.
Yeah.
It almost reminds you a little bit of later on Steve Gadd did that 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's Hold On.
It moves the song.
Yeah, like a New Orleans-based kind of funk thing that I've always thought it was one of my favorite, most creative beats ever, but no one knows what it is.
Hold on, I'll tell you in a minute. I got a mind to go out and get it. Now hold on, I'll tell you in a minute. I've been thinking about life and living. Now hold on, I'll tell you in a minute. I got a mind to go out and get it. Now hold on, I'll tell you in a minute. I've been thinking about life and living. You sure looking fine, pretty woman. I like to
So people ask me, why the drums? Why the drums?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just, I saw what happened when girls watched me play, I mean, it was a way, natural thing. I mean, it was a cool idea. Absolutely.
I heard somewhere where you practiced looking in a mirror.
Yeah. I mean, I was just really moved by the classic guys, Buddy Rich and Gene Krupa. When I saw those guys play, I mean, I knew what I was going to be doing for the rest of my life.
You are my idol and always will be.
Liberty, it was great to talk with you, man. We got to do it more often.
Well, you tried your very best. I'll take you home, little girl, to my nest. Do you hear me now? Do you want to fight? Come on, baby, let's try.
Hi, it's Liberty DeVitto, and let's sing on Dino Danelli Drop.